Hey there. Hope you guys had a wonderful Easter. Mine was pretty average. We didn't do anything as we got prepared for a birthday. But anyways, um, let's talk about this anime. Y'all know my favorite anime of winter 2023 was Buddy Daddies. Way better than Spy Family. Had a story to be told and it told it well, and it was fantastic. Now, what was the worst? Where's the worst thing I saw that was in the winter of 2023? And that was an isekai. It is so easy for isekai to be the worst. It is the butt of the anime industry, isekai. Some can be very few can be really, really good, the cream of the crop, and while the rest can be just completely, just downright terrible because you feel no passion or no nothing or substance when these people create these isekai. Like, it's just, what are you doing? What are you thinking? What is your thought process when you're creating this project? And the fact that I even got greenlit to become an anime and even a manga, it just baffles my mind. But yet it makes me extremely envious because there's tons of good American comics, independent comics that are being created every day by hard workers. And none of them ever get greenlit to be a TV series or even getting noticed by the main public. But something like this, bad isekai, it's a zombie genre when it comes to anime, where horror, the low average, the below is zombies. It's the lowest of the lowest zombies. In anime, it's isekai. It's always isekai. And this one is just downright terrible. The fruit of evolution. Now, it starts off with a fat kid. I thought we had a fat kid that was the main character, was Haru from, Axel World. Yeah, I liked some of Axel World. I don't like the direction it went, but it still has potential, so then it was meh, It was meh. Now, what about this one? Seiichi, a fat kid who has been bullied and picked on his entire time until he separates from his class and he gains ultimate powers by into the fruit of evolution, and he makes friends, a very intimate relationship with a gorilla. Yes, a gorilla, who becomes a very beautiful girl. So, this in a way already, I know how generic it sounds, could still be mid and potential being met. And sometimes you don't have to be not every show has to be amazing or 5 out of 5. It's 10 stars all around. Sometimes it can just be meh. It can be good. Like, yeah, that was good. It wasn't all that. It was so good, but this wasn't that. No, this was bad, real bad. Ooh, it's just the pasting, the animation. The only redeeming quality about this show was the music. The openings and the outros. That is it. And I remember watching season 1 that came out a while back. And I'm like, okay, this has potential. And it tried so hard to be comedic. And there's nothing wrong with being comedic, but you gotta learn when to be comedic when it comes to comedy. We're going through a serious moment when things are going bad or wrong, or a serious backstory or something like that. You gotta calm down the comedy. You gotta calm that down. But in this show, the author doesn't know when to do it. When you're showing a backstory to a bad guy, or when heroes being held hostage, they gotta do something to break the ice. For some reason, they don't have to when they do comedy. Or they'll do tons and tons of references where you understand the references, but there's no point of the reference. It's not funny. Or it was just terrible. The character got powers, and he not only did he get good power, but he also had a new look. So him and the Gorilla Girl both got new looks, and they start off, going to the guild and helping people out. The same old stuff that these guys just keep on doing over and over again. I thought this would go in the direction where it shows, despite how much you changed on the outside, doesn't mean you changed on the inside. That's what I was hoping this would turn to. where even though he is powerful and good looking now, but this time he is still the coward that he was before. Or, he wouldn't really change, but he kind of did, which didn't really help out. So CJ himself had no development whatsoever. And then he kept collecting girl, the same old, if he's the guy gets powers, now he gets to get girl after girl. A donkey turns to a girl, a chick that could have been best chick, who had a curse of people getting hurt around her, end up finding someone who's strong enough where she can hang around them. She could have been a good character, but flopped for lack of attention. The guild members are weird. One is a pacifier, one is a dominatrix, one is constantly all about muscle. They're all one-dimensional characters, in a way. They're all. And one even has a freaking pacifier in his mouth. For some reason, it was just weird. And apparently in this world, the Demon King is already defeated, but there are those who are trying to bring him back by collecting negative energy. So that was pretty much season 1. So when people heard of season 2, we're like, holy snap, we're surprised. And I wasn't. I was just furious that why does this get to season 2 where so many other anime? How that doesn't even make sales. It was probably just in the contract. It's the reason why you got second season. A lot of people think that when shows get another season in Japan or something, you think it's because it's done very well. That or it was in this contract that it would get another season if it met this quota. But who knows? Who knows? Anyway, season 2 showed up with an actually awesome trailer. So a lot of people, despite being burned, the first season came back, myself included, and we watched it. And it was just, he's on his way to, of course, school. No matter where you are in Japan, what anime you have, for some reason, school is always involved. So even when you go to another world, you still gotta go to school. And so he's training these delinquent kids, pretty much in his school. These delinquent kids, and 4 of them, and it's rushed. It's not well developed. It's rushed, and then they're supposed to have a tournament with this other team. And I actually read some of this in the manga, believe it or not. They cut through the tournament, man. They cut through the freaking tournament and went straight for the invasion of the bad guys. So the first part of the entire part of the season is unnecessary. No point. Then in the opening lies to you, and it shows that Teichi's gonna be fighting these dudes. He didn't fight none of these dudes. In the opening shows him fight a dude who's super strong, or a dude who can change his appearance and stuff like that. He didn't fight any of them at all. He only fought the guy with the scythe, and that is it. And it turned out he ate the evolutionary fruit. And season 2 is just as worse as season 1, probably even more. In the beginning, during the student arc where he's becoming a teacher, for some reason, they keep having the girl, who was a gorilla, change into a gorilla constantly in one episode. It just kept happening over and over again. And like, why they keep doing this? It made no sense. It was stupid. It wasn't funny. Then the principal, headmaster, whatever, kept showing how he was a dude who's into bondage. So even when he was being captured or hurt, they couldn't help it as he was just liking it. So it didn't feel a dangerous moment. It wasn't funny. Everything about the show was just terrible. The only good thing about the show, believe it or not, were some of the villains. That's right, some of the villains. Turns out a lot of people are villains because they were just done wrong in life and stuff. So they're villains that way. One, because their appearance was destroyed. One, because they felt like they were inferior to everybody. One who was looking for strong opponents, or one who just hated the world for all the wrong that's been done to them. Either way, watching the villains were a lot more interesting. And the heroes were so undeveloped and just plain out stupid. It just wasn't good at all. And then when we finally got to the final boss, which was thought was going to be something interesting, it was not. And at the end, CHE used his fruit of evolution to do some weird power of love and just Deus Machina everything that bad that what happened in the season. Anything that bad happened in the season was redone thanks to him. And it was just, oh god, this was terrible. This was freaking terrible. Like, Nano sung for this second season, by the way. I love Nano. Nano's a good Japanese rock band. And the fact that they sung for this show, I understand, get your bag, get your money, but Something like people don't think of me, think of the show when they think of me sometimes. And I don't want that. The show is terrible. Another bad isekai. My goodness, man. It's been a while since I ripped on some isekai because y'all know how I feel when I rip on some bad isekai. Yes, it's low hanging, easy fruit, but I can't resist. I can't resist, folks. And now, let's talk about the other segment of this show. How the show could have been great. This show could have been. I believe a lot of these isekais I rip on could have been great, but the problem is that the author kept going on the safe side of things and wanted to make things so generic, so mid, so safe to the point that it will get greenlighted and then it'll be off the way and they'll get their money and they'll be off their way. Good for them. No passion, no substance, nothing. Just bad writing. Oh god. Now, how to make the show good? You could make it generic as possible if you want to. Yeah, sure, why not? You know, he's traveling. Same things happen with him and the gorilla. They both change into better-looking people. Now they're on their way to civilization. The gorilla girl herself is having a hard time fitting into civilization because even though she looks beautiful, she's still a gorilla. So they could have had some good development on her if they wanted to. They could have easily done that, but they didn't do it. Instead, she just gets along with everybody, even though she was acting like a tyrant when she was originally a gorilla. So it makes no sense for her to have a total personality change because she turns into a human. And with Suichi, the main character, even though he looks beautiful, he could still be self-conscious, doesn't really want to do things, and he could have a hard time trusting people. It's not him being friendly. He was constantly bullied, or at least him running into his bullies, at least, so he knows what happened to him. But we don't get that. Instead, it's just everything just goes his way. You know, it's good to see people having a turn around in life and things have their when they have it made, but it would have been better for them to go through that trouble, that struggle of them getting over who they used to be, and become something better. But we don't get that. A nice little self-reflection is all I'm asking for. But again, we don't get that. It's just him, just automatically things just going good for him. Him making a little sibling out the assassin cat girl, winning the race, you know, encouraging people to do better is nice, but still have some self-reflection on himself where he's thinking about past events, something that he can reflect on so he can at least sympathize with the people he interact with. So therefore, it could have been a better story, at least for him. Tell you there's that much that I really could have done anyway to save this story. This story is just total crap. And then they could have done more with the interactions with the princess, who was the daughter of the demon lord, where she's trying to make kind with, by the way, the treaty. The treaty, by the way, yes, I forgot to talk about the treaty. That was just so stupid. The treaty was just, they just started going this crazy jumbo fight and just, leaving the fight was just them just goofing off fighting, and then they just signed a treaty for peace. And it was just, they even made that moment, which was supposed to be a crucial, serious moment, and they turned into a terrible, terrible gag. And it was just, it's like, why? Once again, you wasted another potential moment that you could have gone right that went wrong because you just couldn't help yourself. You know, this didn't make me laugh. It could have made me feel something that was at least a bit of tragedy feeling for some of the characters, but I couldn't because it constantly tried to throw bad jokes at me. Constantly. Oh, you're feeling down? Let's make you feel better. These bad jokes. Here you go. Don't worry, dying the jokes. Come on, catch them. They're good. I promise. They're not good. They're terrible jokes. Terrible. Even the references. Nothing about the show made me chuckle or laugh. It was just, what is the point of this show? And there's even more I've seen down the line. Even worse, isekais are coming out. Did you know there's one about a vending machine? How's that even possible? The sword thing could make more sense, but vending machine? That's like made by the earth. It's a vending machine. That'll make sense that your body possessed of vending machine, not reincarnated as a vending machine, but your soul possessed of vending machine. That would make more sense. That's coming out. I've mentioned about the dog one. That's not an easy guy. The dog one, the boy guy reincarnated as a dog. Oh god, my friend showed me that one, and I was traumatized. I need to stop, man. These reincarnation stories are just terrible, man. They're just freaking terrible. This has to stop. And again, much as I don't like it, I don't want it to stop. The reason why I don't want it to stop because seem like they have more creative freedom of writing over there than we do over here. They can write whatever they want over there, and if you don't like it, just ignore it and just watch your own stuff. Support the stuff you like. Over here, you can ignore it all you want, but that stuff's gonna come back for another season. They'll take your stuff and they're gonna fuck it up. Oh god, this was terrible, people. This was bad, real bad. Anyways, that's all I got for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Because I know I did. Like, comment, subscribe. Of course, hit that bell icon so you get more of more. This has been Madcrown on Anime. Signing out. Oh man, I need to watch some good shows. I'm gonna watch the original Trigon. Just got through watching Stampede. That was pretty good. So, cheers to that.